What's up, everybody, man? This is yours truly. This is Chris from That Square Sports Podcast. Sports Podcast. Anyways, how y'all doing today? I hope all is well, man. Check this out, guys. We have the world's greatest football team coming on. You already know, if you know me, you know I'm a big fan of the Texans. I want to see them win every Super Bowl from this point on going forward because they can do that. They can do that. No, we got a lot of work cut out for us today. To be honest with you, we are probably a team that is probably going to have to be worked on in various ways, man. Various ways. We need help everywhere, to be real with you. We need help offensively, defensively. Just so many avenues that we have that we need to work on. With that being said, I'm looking at, who they've got us going in our mock. And right now, here's our picks. We have a total of 9, and we have 3, 37, 68, 80. So we have 4 in the top 100. Actually, we have 5 in the top 150. So it's 3, 37, 68, 80, 136, 182, 205, 207, and 244. They have us taken in the mock for the first 3 rounds. I like all these picks, by the way. Thibodeau, Devontae Wyatt, David Bell, and James Cook. I like all of those players, to be honest with you, except for James Cook. I don't think that he's going to be that kind of guy that I want on my roster. I want Jerron Ely, but let me go over the people that I have. So at number 3, we're taking Kayvon Thibodeau, obviously, 6'5", 258, Oregon sophomore, 4.5 speed, 7 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 48 tackles, 35 tackles, solo. Guys, dude's a freak of nature. He's a beast. I don't know why people are sitting here saying he should slip or fall. If he's at number 3, no questions asked. Him or Aiden Hutchinson, no questions. Well, actually, to be honest with you, I probably want Thibodeau more than Hutchinson for the simple fact that the reason is because I think Thibodeau fits well in every defensive scheme in the NFL. And only because I seen the guy that I'm gonna talk about later in this, we're gonna draft. I think that he could play in any conference in college football. I don't think he could play in any, division in the NFL just because of that. He's used to being double teamed or something. Because you're not hearing about any other defensive ends out of Oregon. So with that being said, I like him at number 3. Now at 37, I went back and forth with this. I said I'm gonna stay on the D line and I'm gonna go ahead and get my boy DeMarvin Lean out of Texas A&M, 6'4", junior class, speed 5 flat, 8.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 58 tackles, 27 solo tackles. If he's there at 37 or Devontae Wyatt is there at 37, I don't mind either or because I know that we're gonna beef up our defensive line. I had us going defense first because Ross Blacklock, and Roy Lopez is not what that is, bro. They not what that is on defense. Well, Roy Lopez actually has some sign of actually in progressing as the season went on. But as my boy Blacklock, nah, bro. I'm sorry, dog. That's just not for you. And getting to Marvin Lean, I think, is a perfect fit. Guys are disruptor on the line. I can't see why we would not get a guy like this at 37. And if so, then it would probably be a skill player. But with that being said, we backdoor at 68. And we grab, oh my bad, at 68, we grab this guy named Jamar Slayer. Let me tell you about this guy. 6'4", 320, Atlanta, Georgia, senior class, 40 time, 5'4". In the 10-yard range, he ran a 3. Let me tell you about this guy. He's a guard. A lot of people are saying we need a tackle if we trade Laramie Tunsil, which is possible, and it's very possible in the Deshaun Watson trade for us to get even more picks in this draft and future drafts to come. Why not grab 2 of your offensive players, you know what I'm saying, a couple offensive players that can key mark to help us out the next 5 to 6 years, so on and so forth. This guy right here, not only did he own Aiden Hutchinson in the game, he also owned David Njoku as well. So I know he can be up against his top tier players in college. I know he can handle business. Plus, he made, JT Daniels and Bennett both look like all-star quarterbacks back there behind that great wall of Georgia. I don't see why we wouldn't get him. Now, I say we went 2 defense. We're going to go 2 offense. And with the number 80th pick overall, we're going to get this guy named Max Mitchell out of Louisiana. Let me tell y'all, man, 6'6", 297, offensive tackle, 40 time, 5'3". Let me tell you something. Dude can block. So this is going to be even great because we're going to add Charlie Heck, got Titus Howard. Then you could throw Titus Howard back in his original position playing guard. That's what we drafted him as. But getting these two players on offensive line immediately helps us out against Tennessee, the Colts. No, we beat the Jaguars. We've done it for too many years now. Not even a problem. But you get what I'm saying? We finally can become competitive in our division. I think we must win our division first before we win anything else. And this is one of the guys that can help us out with that. Edge rusher wise in our division, these two guys can handle their business and handle their own. And I think him at 80 being there, Max Mitchell, great guy, great pickup, good. Now we got to go back defense. We got to help out over the top. We got Reed a couple drafts ago, so now we got to get Kobe Bryant out of the University of Cincinnati. He had 3 picks, 11 pass deflections, 44 tackles, and 34 solo tackles. He runs a 4.5, a little bit slower at corner, but that's okay. He's 6'1", he's tall for a corner as well, which is good. Long arms, smack, swatting flies out of nowhere. This is a guy you want on your roster straight. He could play right away. You know, he could play your nickel. He can line up against your number 1 receiver. I like him for what he does. I like him for who he is. I think this is going to be unique. It's going to be great to see him in our defense, especially with Lovie Smith. I like how his direction is. I'm pretty sure he's going to go defense, like I said, backdoor and get this guy as well. And I think that's a good fit for us at 136. Now, the 6th round and up for us, 182. I have us getting Ole Miss running back Jerron Ely, 5'9", 185, 5'2". In the position, he's ranked 20th. Dude, if he didn't get hurt, I think he'd be up there with the Isaiah Spillers and the Kenneth Walkers and the Bryce Halls. But because he got hurt, this is great because he falls to us. And ain't none greater than falling to my boys, especially in being the 182th pick. I think this is perfect. Great fit for us, for him to fall to us there. This is one of those picks where I'm kind of glad that he does his own thing here. And he has explosive speed, catches out the backfield. We need a running back badly, to be honest with you. All that BS aside, we need a running back. We just need one bad. And it showed last year because we were dead last in the run game, but we couldn't block either. So kind of makes 2 and 2 for what it is. So Jerron Ely would help us out with that. Also, we were bad at 205 and 207. I'm going to tell you right now. At 205, we get this guy named Charleston Rambo. 6'1" receiver, 180 pounds, 4'5", 79 receptions, 1,100 yards plus, 7 touchdowns, 14 yards per average. I don't see why you don't get Charleston Rambo. Played a little bit at Oklahoma. I think he played a little bit with Hurts. Then he transfer portal guy, so that kind of hurts him a little bit because of that. So I was just wondering how this would kind of factor in. They got him as an undrafted, but I think that he'll probably go in the 6th round to my boys because we need help at receiver bad. We need help really bad at receiver. It's not even a factor anymore. And with that being said, lineup again at 207, we get Tay Martin, 6'3" receiver out of Oklahoma State. He runs a 4.4, and he's got 80 receptions, also 1,000 plus yards, 10 touchdowns, averaging 13. This is going to help out Miko Collins. This is going to help out Brandon Cooks if he decides to leave. Like I said, we're just really replacing a lot of guys. These are like filler guys because, Isaiah did not work out for us a couple years ago in the 2020 draft. But Belvin Jordan and Miko Collins did a great job last year in the draft. And Davis Mills is going to need some weapons. So I think we've upped up the line for him, and we've took up a couple of skill players for him to help out. I think this is going to be a good draft. With this last pick, kind of a free-for-all on this one at 244. I like Sam Weatherford. I like a couple of guys. To be honest with you, I'm not really invested in it as a Texans fan. Probably grab another running back, but I'm not really invested. But I'm more so focused on the direction that the Texans are going because obviously I'm a big Texans fan. We're going to do a lot more Texan videos than all other teams. I'm sorry, you should be mad. But seeing these guys in these positions, I think getting Kayvon Thibodeau and DeMarvin Lean or Devontae Wyatt and getting Jamar Slayer and Max Mitchell right away, those 4 players, man, helps us out a lot. We just got to get talent. We just got to get players. We got to go. And I think if Deshaun Watson, if this trade goes through, I know we've been talking about it since the beginning of time, right? If that Deshaun Watson trade goes through, dude, guys, for the next years to come, I think the Texans will be right back to promises where we belong. And, of course, we're the number 1 in the AFC South, number 1 in your hearts. But with that being said, man, hey, you guys let me know questions or comments or concerns. As always, man, that's Square Sports, and we out.